What's up, Otaku fam? We are the Otaku Couple back with more reactions here for the channel with more Gigguk. We have Anime Has Gone Too Far.
I just looked at the screen.
Right.
I haven't even looked at it. What in the...
Anime Has Gone Too Far.
What?
That's what we're here to see.
This? What is this?
Exactly. Yes. Thank you guys for the continued support. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe.
Does our soundbar still work?
What do you mean?
Like,
I don't know. Probably, maybe not. I don't not checked. But anyways, thank you guys for the continued support. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe. Every little bit helps. You want to support the channel monetarily, we do have a Patreon for TV shows, animes, and movies completely uncut. 2 of our series are going to be changing out this week, and Demon Slayer reactions are coming back once a week, every episode, every time it drops. So if that interests you, check it out down below, and let's hop on in.
What? Why was this made?
What is the limit for anime? A medium that continually pushes the boundary of wonder. A place that welcomes all types of stories from all types of people. There's no limit to what you can see here aside from your own imagination. If you can envision it, it can get made. But, like the inventor of a fart machine in a wind tunnel, have we ever stopped and asked, should it get made? Interspecies reviewers, World's End Harem, redo of Healer. Anime's been pushing Degeneracy to a whole new level in the past few years. In a post-redo of Healer world, there is little now that separates anime from hentai. Every day, the line gets more and more blurry, so the question plaguing humanity since the beginning of time is, how far can anime go?
I don't need to know the answer to
Ladies
that
and
question.
gentlemen, I present to you
I don't want to
my
know the
life
answer to this
as
question.
Inukai's dog. Anime has gone too far. But how could it?
Oh no.
What could it possibly do? Well, you see, we have now ventured to a place for which there is no coming back from. Tread on the sanctity of something we should have never dared touch. Dogs. Not genetically engineered dog girls, not fantasy isekai dog people species, not some guy wearing a dog costume. Just dogs. Why did it have to be dogs? What did dogs do to deserve this? Man's best friend, the purest thing Mother Earth has gifted us with. If you've ever thought humans don't deserve dogs, here is the evidence to prove that you are categorically correct. This is a cursed show I probably should have left to die in obscurity until I had a single terrifying thought that dwarfed any existential horror or Lovecraftian nightmare my mind could come up with. Somehow, somewhere, this is gonna be someone's first anime. So, to allow myself to sleep at night, I felt it was my duty to make a PSA to tell that person, shh, it's okay. It's alright. I can't promise that tomorrow's gonna be a better day, but I can promise you that we're gonna get through it together. I've committed to fully talking about this anime, but first, I need to talk about today's sponsor, Higan Yuruthil. I've never been more happy for a sponsor read in my life. In this 3D real-time combat RPG,
I can't even pronounce whatever game it is he's over here promoting, but anyways, shouts out to Giga. Go check it out. Go help the dude out. Check out the sponsor. We're gonna... Alright, there we go.
Back to my life as Inukai's dog. Dog fact number 1. Dogs have 18 muscles to move their ears. In some ways, it's impressive that a show could give a man who's seen redo of Healer, who likes Domestic Girlfriend, who's seen some of the most degenerate shit that's come out of anime, the chance to say, you know what, I think I have the moral high ground. The plot goes something like this. On some rainy afternoon, a guy wakes up cold and shivering on the streets. How did he get there? What is he doing? All questions that are unimportant because he sees his classmate and crush who takes him home, where he comes to the realization to the precarious situation he's in. He is a dog. When I first saw the basic premise of this, I said to myself, oh cool, some dumb slice of life reincarnation story where a guy wakes up as a dog. I'm a seasoned isekai fan, I've seen worse, it can't be dumber than waking up as a sword or waking up as a vending machine. Maybe they'll tackle the human struggles of trying to live as a dog. Maybe the psychological effects of being stuck in a dog's body, having to navigate a society made by humans, having your daily survival be completely reliant on that of another human being. There's a lot of places this story could go. Surely, it's not about a bunch of girls thirsting over a dog. I regret to inform you that my initial assessment was incorrect. Within the first 5 minutes of taking the dog home, the first thing Karen Inukai decides to do, yes, her name is Karen, which is very on theme because I'm about to call the manager, is get undressed in front of the doggo and bathe with it. naked. But okay, this isn't too bad. There might be some dog owners who feel comfortable removing their clothes in front of their dog, showering with their dog, sucking their dog's nose. Maybe this could be wholesome.
Did you hear the wait what in the background? That was perfect. Baby, I think you were too distracted by the scene. You need to listen to him in the background.
Front of their dog, showering with their dog, sucking their dog's nose. Maybe this could be wholesome.
Wait,
wholesome
what?
is spelled without a W. But it soon becomes apparent
wholesome
that the
spelled
feelings towards the
without a
dog
W.
are a little devious. Oh yes, so very devious towards the dog. Oh yes, this is my coping mechanism you're seeing right now. She takes her dog for a walk but is feeling a little devious. Okay, I'll stop now. And almost immediately tries licking the puppo if it weren't for some meddling kids, gets way too excited photographing her dog urinate, then introduces him to a place called Coochie Cove. I've seen people dressed up in a red astronaut suit that are less sus than this girl right here. Now, if you think finding out a dog has more riz than you will ever do is sad, don't worry.
Finding out a dog has more riz than you'll ever have. That's just sad on a multitude of levels.
So many questions.
Do you want the answers?
No, I really don't.
Well, then maybe don't ask the questions because that's exactly how Gigguk got here. He asked the wrong questions. And he found the right answers.
Are they the right answers?
To his questions, sure, but were they questions that ever needed to be asked? No.
That are less sus than this girl right here.
created.
Now, if you think finding
Or
out a dog has more riz than you will
Exactly.
ever do is sad, don't worry. That's actually one of the least depressing parts of this show. In no particular order, here are some things depicted in my life as Inukai's
Oh,
dog
God.
that involves a girl and a dog. Bathing naked, tail jobs, seductive feet licking, getting a dog to undress you, getting a dog to lick your chamber of secrets, enticing a dog with your chamber of secrets, giving a dog a ball gag, breastfeeding.
You can't be serious. This can't be real.
This can't be an anime.
There's
Like, this has to be.
Some of these acts are in the anime, some
It has
further
to be
on
the
in the
H
manga.
word. It's
Yes,
not.
that's right. I read further into the manga. Don't ask me what force compelled
all right. Well, then the ones that like threw up the super red flags clearly must be manga only, because I can't imagine that they were able to get that animated. There's no way. Even Redo of a Healer had to like fucking like heavy censor everything. Like I can't imagine they put that much shit in there.
me to do so, because I still don't know myself. Maybe I wanted to see how much worse it could get. Maybe
Why?
I'm learning deep down inside I have masochistic tendencies. Maybe
Really?
I was waiting for some divine intervention, because if I could ask a higher power anything, if there was one thing I would like to know. Why in God's name is the art for this manga actually really fucking good? Dog fact number 2. No two dogs' noses are alike. Many people have drawn comparison to Chainsaw Man, because like Chainsaw Man, the dog is named Pochta. Now Chainsaw Man's Pochta has joined the shortlist of the highest commendation you can get in an anime. Being a good boy. Pochta, that's a good boy.
That's a good
Ein,
one.
that's a good boy.
Yes.
Bond, that's a good boy.
Yes.
Nina, that's a good girl. Inukai's
That's a
Pochta
good girl.
is not a good boy. That's a bad boy. Bad boy. One could argue that in many ways, Chainsaw Man is just a day in the life of a dog. Here's Denji, who woofs for his owner, goes on walks, becomes one with Pochta. He got that dog in him.
He got
And
that
there's Inukai.
dog in him.
Woofs for their owner, goes on walks, and becomes one with Pochta. Because she does. She got that dog in her. You made me think
No! That took on a whole new meaning. And I don't like it. Oh, God. No, please.
How did this get made?
Gar, why? Why? This was the PSA that never needed to
Oh
exist.
my god.
King Inukai is the outlier here, the freak who loves a dog a little too much, but of course, the show had to introduce a full-on cast straight out of the watch list of your local animal services. There's the tsundere, Nekotani. As your resident tsundere ambassador, we do not claim Nekotani. She can go somewhere else. Tsunderes can be violent, unless those violence is towards dogs. The shy Usagi, a girl so down bad she makes the average Genshin player look like a functional member of society.
Oh,
Not just
God.
limiting it to dogs, she decided to force herself on a poor table, which depressingly adds inanimate objects to the growing list of things that have more riz than weebs do. If I had $1 for every anime girl I've seen do unspeakable things to a table, I'd have 2, which is $2 richer than I want to be. Well, unless that's what you're into, I suppose.
I am the table.
Then, of course, completing the trilogy is the yandere, Inukai herself. We can already agree. Do not stick your dick in crazy, especially the kind that this crazy wants. While the rest of the world was asking, what
The dog doing?
Inukai was more concerned with, who?
The dog doing?
Dog fact
Ooh,
number
the dog
3.
doing.
Dogs may be able to. No. Devious. If by some miracle you still don't know if you should subject yourself to 12 episodes of this, I've made a simple flowchart for you to follow. First, ask yourself, do you like dogs? If your answer is no, do not watch this show. If your answer is yes,
Do not watch.
watch this show. If you're looking for some kicks in life, here are some alternative suggestions I recommend over watching My Life as Inukai's Dog. Skydiving, mountain biking, ordering the extra large portion in America, tweeting out Chainsaw Man is mid, setting your notifications to vibrate, then putting your phone in your pants. All non-dog related activities that get the heart pumping. This is something that should be left behind in the bowels of time. In fact, as of this very moment, I am working on a time machine so I can go back and get us back on the right timeline. Because what hope is there left for humanity, knowing that a sentient human being wrote this? Then more sentient human beings made the conscious decision to greenlight this into an anime. And throughout that entire long process, not a single person stopped to ask themselves, what in the biblical fuck have we done?
What in
surprised
the
that-
biblical
yeah.
fuck have we done?
How did they animate it and not be that way?
I don't know. It's one of those things, like, even our, like, the shows like we've watched, like, on the Patreon for reactions and stuff, that we're like, all right, hold on a second, because somebody had to sit there and animate this out. And I know they had to be like, sir, can I, why?
Yeah.
Do I have to? Do I have to
Yeah.
do this? And
like-
why? Is this
I'd be
integral
like,
to the
"Listen,
story?
You don't pay me enough to do this.
Day of Reckoning, when humanity stands before God Almighty waiting for our final judgment, there, standing between us and salvation, will be Inukai's dog. On that day, we will have to look up at God and tell him that this is what humanity has done. This is what mankind has led to. The souls of all humans will beg and plead not to be forsaken, not to be rejected from the gates of heaven. But in the end, all we can do is repent and ask for forgiveness. Forgiveness from God, forgiveness from each other, forgiveness from our dogs, which is more than we deserve. In conclusion, I'm a cat person now.
My life is a
No!
Please, no.
God, why?
God.
Oh no. It's one of those you're like, oh, it can't get worse, right?
It got worse.
It got way worse.
He even read the manga.
Oh no.
He subjected himself to this media twice.
He's got a lot of repenting to do.
Mira, I'm sorry
Mira,
for
we're
humanity.
so sorry.
You're right to shun us and slink away.
God dang.
Well, guys, I guess if you've ever seen it or read it and you're not ashamed, let us know down below. And then the rest of you, let us know what you thought of this video.
Or if you are ashamed, let us know. Because I feel kind of ashamed for watching this.
Yeah, but now we know about this, and so do you. We're all in this together, guys. Thank you for the continued support. We will see you for the next video.
Bye.
Bye.